WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents...
Shot comes in, score!
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Off the draw from the high slot, Matthew Gregg gets his first goal with Missouri State. As he puts it in from the high slot, it somehow squeaked its way past the goaltender, Paskey, and into the net. And Missouri State has taken a 5-2 lead. This comes right off the face-off through the middle of the pads, tweeners as they call it. It is a 4-on-4 goal, and it is now 5-2. And they score again!
With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from Jordan Valley Ice Park, the West Rink. It's more of a somber situation here as the effects of COVID-19 have forced the fans not to be in the building here. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Casson along with Michaela Gardner as we will be bringing you Missouri State hockey, but it's a little different now. It will be, as you see, the Coaches Cup. Tonight, Team Blevins versus Team Cook. Tomorrow will be on Thursday will be Team Ellis versus Team Law. Of course, those are all coaches with Missouri State's various teams, Division I and Division II. We're on the West Rink as they're getting it ready. A 9:15 face-off. This is going to be a little different. In fact, the entire tryouts is a little different. It's being called a training camp. And what that means is 3 weeks of games with playoffs and bragging rights and a nice trophy. And then there will be tryouts to pick the players who will be on the various teams. That being said, of course, with COVID-19, as we mentioned, there's just two of us in here. Michaela's in here, I'm in here, and Michaela, it seems to be a little crazy. Why don't you throw the microphone down there? There you go. It seems a little crazy. You've seen Ice Bears games before. There should be fans here.
It's the complete opposite that it is today.
It is something that I've been watching. If you've been watching the NHL too, and they talk about the bubble and all of that stuff, even though we're not necessarily the bubble per se, but it feels like it. And with the exception of the rink staff that's in here, there is nobody else here. Goals, we don't have the NHL 2020 to pipe in sound on goals and things like that, so it's going to just be whatever it's going to be. And as you heard in the open, that was last season. And Matthew Gregg, of course, who is on Team Blevins, hoping to get another goal, but hopefully soon we'll be able to hear that again. I know, and if people wonder if your name sounds familiar, you were an ice girl for a couple of years.
I was.
What was it like?
Oh, man. It was so much fun being here for 3 years and getting to just experience hockey constantly. It was just a blast for my college experience.
Oh, we have the man in the house. Mr. Stan Melton is here. Stan, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's...
With the rink technical staff.
Hold on, let's get you... Let's get you mic'd up here, Stan. We'll get you set up, and you can ask questions here too. But you're asking about what now?
Do you know anything about it? Do you know anything about a line I see running from the east rink to the west rink?
Well, of course, you don't want to say that it's the Stan Melton rink now, no longer the east rink.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Now, tomorrow we will be on the Stan Melton rink, formerly, as Stan said, the East rink, and we will have games over there. That's where Missouri State normally plays. But tonight, because of the way things were situated, we had to come over on the West rink and play. And I say tomorrow, I mean Thursday, and we will have games over there. In fact, the remainder of the tournament will be over there on the Stan Melton rink. Well, Stan, I don't know if you want to stay with us. We're supposed to have the coaches up.
Absolutely. In fact, I think I see a couple of them right here.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
So you guys are off the hook.
Coach Ellis and Coach Law are right here.
Of course.
Oh, you guys are. You guys are.
No, we'll have Stan on.
We need somebody who knows what they're talking about on the on-ice play. And unfortunately, I'm out on that deal. Well, that's why we got you guys up here.
That's the way it works. Well, it's going to be Team Blevins versus Team Cook. And if you've seen the roster, you know that Nick Gray, Eric Papuga, Mark Kapovic, Gage Gronberg, Garrett Wojcicki, Justin Koch, Terrence Josephson, Dominic Casola, Alec Gamble, Grant Griffin, Josh Hansen, Jacob Holstrom, Jason Kelly, Cameron Osdick, Evan Ross, mentioned Matt Gregg, and the goaltenders Sarah Mayberry, Jake Lauder, and Andrew Meek. They are all on Team Blevins. Sarah Mayberry will start tonight. She's from Bentonville, Arkansas. Played with Northwest Arkansas, a record of 2-1-1. And a 2.67 goals against average and an .820 save percentage. She had one shutout, too, during her playing time, and it's only her second year playing hockey.
Now, that's amazing, Steve. We're glad to have her here. Saw her in minicamp, and glad to have her trying out for the Ice Bears this season.
Team Cook consists of Bradley Anderson, who played with Missouri State last season, Samuel Fredrickson, Jacob Matthews, Brian Wagner, Vinny Conti, Ted Cardinale, Heinrich Lohman, A.J. Daniger, Jacob Wheatop, Austin Davis, Amari Johnson, Tyler Ott, Jake Schlereth, Sean Sullivan, Will Baginski, Sam Heiseroth, who also played with Missouri State's Division I team last season, goaltender Brady Griffin, and Curtis Tate Jr. Curtis will be in nets tonight. Stanley's self-taught, so we have a goaltender who's starting for Team Blevins, who's only played for 2 years, and for Team Cook, it's Curtis Tate, who said he was self-taught. He basically watched baseball and said, okay, I see the shortstop getting in front of the ball. I can do that in hockey. And
my goodness.
Self-taught himself to play goaltender, so he will be in nets tonight. This is going to be a different scenario, and again, it's not a full game per se. It will be 2 25-minute halves, a 5-minute break, and then another 25-minute half. So for goaltenders, for coaches like Team Blevins that has 3 goaltenders, it'll be a little interesting on how he's going to set things up. About every 18 minutes, I think he said, is what he'll do. But other than that, the rest of the teams do have, I believe, only 2 goaltenders. And Stan, this year, 9 goaltenders.
Oh, we are blessed in the goaltending area. And Steve, you're talking about the games, and really the reason for doing this format in the Coaches Cup games is basically evaluation of the players, and that's why the coaches want to rotate and get as many players in as they can so that the coaches can get a good look at everyone. And it's a great way to take, now that we have the time, certainly without doing a regular season, this first semester of school, we'll have time, the coaches will have time to thoroughly evaluate our 70, I believe at last count, players that are trying out for the Ice Bears this season, both the Division I team and the Division III team.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be a great experience. I'm really looking forward to it, and so glad we can do the tryouts this way in this format, and also with your broadcast, give the fans a chance to see the future Ice Bears team for this season when we're in a situation of a pandemic and not able to have attendance and not able to do the regular season games this semester.
Yeah, Stan, it's funny because you were talking about all the different players, and as you mentioned, there are 70 different players, and I know all about that because I had to register all 70 players. So, yeah, there is a lot, and that is a big attendance, and it's kind of a nice deal with the attendance kind of increasing. It's, for coaches, a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
An absolutely good problem to have. Tonight's games are brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Blades by Todd. We'll get our sponsors there. Here we go. Blades by Todd. Discount Smokes and Beer. Guaranteed Rate. Hockey Wolf. Kimber Cable. And Rob's Portable Buildings. In case you're wondering about the schedule, this is the schedule here for the Ice Bears Coaches Cup. Of course, tonight, Team Blevins, that is, and Team Cook. And as I mentioned, on Thursday, Team Law versus Team Ellis. And then it repeats all over again September 8th and September 10th with Team Cook and Team Law. That game at 9:15. Team Blevins and Team Ellis. And as you can see, it just continues for 3 weeks until we have the semifinals. And then, of course, the third place game and the final games all wrapping up on October 1st. And Stan, if the Stanley Cup goes the way it's going right now, it could actually be over before the Coaches Cup ends on October 1st.
There you go. Boy.
So it's very possible in a situation like that where we'll still be playing hockey in the NHL. Now they're going to be in trouble. But, it's going to be nice, though, being able to watch and get back to some kind of a semblance of hockey. It will be nice in that respect. But, Stan, I have to ask you, who do you want in the Stanley Cup? Since your Blues are out now.
The Blues unfortunately took an early exit, and they unfortunately, I don't think, showed up nearly as well after the virus hit than they did during the regular season. They dominated in the regular season, but weren't there in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So I kind of tend to lean now, and it's probably sentimentality, kind of like the Tampa Bay Lightning and Pat Maroon, his boys. They're got a possible shot at it, but who knows at this point.
Michaela's shaking her head, saying, yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if I necessarily agree per se. Now, I don't know what's happened with Kucherov. I don't know if he played or not. I know he was injured. And, of course, they're dealing with Stamkos. So I don't know. I don't know if when they run up against New York, and I'm assuming New York is right now, I believe, in overtime, tied 3-3. But
well, let's hear Mr. Casson. You got my choice. Let's hear the choice of Mr. Casson, since you were a man without a team since the Kings weren't in the playoffs, and then when the Blues got knocked out. Whose boat have you jumped on this time?
So, Stan, I have to tell you that one of my favorite teams is the New York Islanders. So,
with all due respect to the renowned reporter Stephen Terrell, who covers our Ice Bears for the Standard, now the Standard sports editor, who is a diehard New York Islanders fan,
Well, it's not necessarily that it's because of him, but the fact that I grew up going to New York, playing hockey on the ponds, and I've been around several.
So you have a legitimate reason.
I have a legitimate reason.
Very good.
Billy Smith went and played one day in the pond, and this guy shows up, and he says, "Hey, can I play with you?" And it's an older, when you're 10, 11, 12 years old, here's an older guy getting out on the pond.
Anybody's an older guy.
Absolutely. He gets in there, and he's amazing. And I'm like, where have you played before? And he says, I play for the New York Islanders. And my eyes lit up, and I immediately said, who are you? And Billy Smith. And I said, can I go? And the first thing I said was, can I go to a game? And of course, he says, yes, when do you need to go? Or when do you want to go? I'm anytime, let me know. And then, of course, my aunt was there, and she says, when do you want to go? I'll take you. And we went, and I've an Islander fan per se, but growing up in California,
Nassau County
Mike Kings.
Coliseum.
I love the Nassau County Coliseum, and unfortunately, obviously last season they played their last game there, their last playoff game there. But I would love to be there to see a game. In fact, I'm sure everybody would love to be anywhere inside an arena and see a game. We're the only ones lucky enough to be here, as there are no fans here. There's coaches, me, you, Stan, Michaela. That's it.
Yep, we've got our game staff downstairs.
Well, Stan, it's a final.
Yeah.
The Flyers have beat the Islanders in overtime. It's a 3-2 lead for the Islanders now in the series.
Very good.
Well, I didn't know that.
I noticed we've got our game staff downstairs. Gary and Corbin and Kevin are down there, so thanks to them for helping us out too with these Coaches Cup games.
Our referees for tonight's game will be Ryan Armstrong, general manager for Missouri State, and Mark Marzola. Both of them are officials. They do referee. They have refereed ACHA games. They've refereed WSHL teams also, so they are officials in that respect. Stan, I did not know that we were going to have a little bit of a delay here for a player warm-up. It's a long warm-up, in fact, but that's okay. Some of the players that played for Missouri State last season, as I mentioned, Bradley Anderson played for the Ice Bears Division I team last season. He's the brother that is of Brennan Anderson, and Stan, you know all too well what Brennan Anderson has done for this Missouri State hockey program since he left Lindenwood in his first season and came here for his last 4.
He was a tremendous defenseman, and we really appreciate what Brendan did, and it was just a pleasure to watch him. He was outstanding.
And of course, we did pick our all-decade team. Don't want to give you any clues, release any information about that, but we did pick our second all-decade team. And Stan, I'm going to give you a treat since we've got about 10 seconds here. But
the second decade all-decade team.
Yes, our first decade all-decade team. I was going through that the other day. And for those of you who are Missouri State Ice Bear fans, you may recognize some of these names, but that included Dan Odenwald, Joel Livingston, Clayton Baker, Simon Shaw, and Andy Hellwig, along with goaltender Mike Pepping. And the second team was Andy Whitener, Joel Leindecker, Bobby Seda, John Baton, Matt Carl for his contributions. And Stan, I didn't realize that we nominated Mike Schrader as the all-decade second team coach.
And, of course, Benjamin Alexander was our all-decade first-team coach.
Absolutely. 119, 76, and 9, and as Benjamin basically carried this team from a Division III team into a Division II team, and then when Missouri State was just about to jump to Division III, that was always a nice thing to know that there's another second team available as a Division III. Very nice to know that Benjamin was kind of the guy that allowed that to happen.
Oh, Benjamin was amazing. He was one of our rocks in the foundation of the Ice Bears. Kurt Busson and I were in on the foundation of the Ice Bears, and so was Benjamin. He was a tremendous head coach and just tremendous dedication to the program.
Well, we are impromptu playing the national anthem and the Canadian national anthem. Now, we will have a PA feed tomorrow, and you'll be able to hear it, but I guess it's about as quick as it can go. So I think we're ready to drop the puck.
All right, well, let me get one of the coaches up here to join the festivities, Steve.
All right, Stan, thank you so much.
Yep, great to be with you, Steve.
That's Stan Melton, the founder of Missouri State Hockey. So we are just about ready here, and I'll be learning some of these names and numbers just as much as you will, too. I'm Steve Casson along with Michaela Garner. Thanks so much for joining us, and in a moment we'll have Coach Jeremy Law of the Division I team joining us. But quickly, it's Team Blevins with possession of the puck. Eric Papuga has it down at the half boards, flips out to center ice, and here we go for Team Blevins. They lead the rush in. A shot is deflected into the corner. Now to the near side boards. Matt Gregg backs up. Good play to keep it, but instead it's taken away by Heinrich Lohman. Pass comes in, and it is offside. Well, Jeremy Law, the head coach of Missouri State's Division I squad, is joining us. And Jeremy, of course, you spent as much of the season as you could to recruit, and then COVID happened, and that's been kind of a strange thing. But do you feel the players that are right now here at, and you really can't call it a mini camp, you can call it a training camp, but do you feel you've got the players you were looking for?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good year off-season recruiting. We're happy with the guys we got, and luckily we didn't lose anyone to COVID, so everyone that we had committed decided to come here, and we're super excited to hopefully eventually get playing some real games. So
puck comes up high, Team Cook with it, and a shot that comes in from Evan Ross. He'll go to the bench. Back behind the Blevins net, Mayberry sees it come right up the middle, and it's Jason Kelly with the Division I team last season for Missouri State. Sent down in low. It'll be chased all the way by Kelly for Team Blevins to the side of the net of Curtis Tate. Now remember, this is running time. 23:13 remains. Comes to the right side. Not able to hold it was Justin Koch. Cleared out to center. Here comes Team Cook. Sent in by A.J. Daniger. He'll chase it down in low. Comes into the near side boards. Swung up to the top. Players fight for it, and it's kicked out to center for Jason Kelly. He'll have it come down the middle in front, and a shot, and actually may have been saved by Tate and then sent into the corner. Puck back in the Team Cook zone. Up underneath the stick of Gage Gronberg. He'll chase it down in his own zone. A line change now for Team Cook. Near side boards. Out to the line, but it is held back into the Blevins zone. Now Cook to take it away. Help now by Jacob Holstrom, that is. Jacob played in the CDHL in 1920, had 26 goals, 17 assists in 29 games. Puck is kicked back out into the Team Blevins zone. Sarah Mayberry, the goaltender, sees it come all the way back out and will play catch once again. Back in the Team Cook zone, back out to center, and now chased down and grabbed by Holstrom. He'll pick it up for Blevins and bring it back out. 21:39 to go in the first half, I guess you can call it. Here's a lead for Mark Kapovic. Kapovic looking behind. Instead, cross-ice feed, left side now to Terrence Josephson with a shot that sails up high and wide. Mentioned Mark Kapovic. 11 goals, 31 assists in 59 games with the Junior Blues last season. To the line. Gloved but not able to be controlled as Evan Ross did that. Now we come the other way. Ross will pick it up. Drops it down in low. Far side now. Worked over to Terrence Josephson. It is out to center. And Team Cook will intercept. Evan Ross gives it back to his defense, and Kapovic will send it all the way in. Icing waved off. In the Blevins zone. Far side boards. Chasing forward is Jacob Matthews. Now here might be a 2-on-1 developing slowly. Pass looking over to Kelly. In fact, the shot instead of a pass hits the post. That one taken by Garrett Wojcicki. And now the rebound in and put in.
Grant Griffin with the goal there.
Grant Griffin, second in scoring. 33 goals, 35 assists last season in 47 games. I know why you picked him.
Yeah, good stats for sure.
So Grant Griffin gets the goal. I'm going to put down about 20 minutes for that since it's running time.
That was a real nice pass by Garrett Wojcicki as well.
Well, I'll go ahead and add that as an assist. I'll rely on you for that. As Team Blevins will take the 1-0 lead. Update the scoreboard for you. On the goal by Grant Griffin. So the home team takes the lead here. Well, actually, they're not the home team. I still want to know who thought yellow and white would be great on a, on a jersey.
I think every other jersey will be good with the white numbers, Steve. So 1 out of 4 is not bad.
Not bad at all. Puck taken away by Samuel Frederick. Played with the North Vancouver Wolfpack last season. 4 goals, 24 assists. Shot comes in. Mayberry steers it aside. 18:48 to go in the period. Sent down in low by Bradley Anderson. Intercepted at the half boards. Kept in by Austin Davis. Shot in, score! So that all Davis's goal?
I believe that was Davis from the point.
Yeah, he just kind of spun around.
Don't think Sarah saw it. Might have been screened.
So Austin Davis, second. He scored a goal at the 2019 Nationals versus Buffalo in a 4-1 win. He's kind of that fourth liner guy.
Yeah, we had him at forward the last few years. He's playing D out here today, so
I think he'll be moved in this tournament permanently to defense, from what I'm understanding from Coach Cook.
Yeah, he's a guy that can play both. So I think with the numbers being low on Cookie's team for D, they decided to make that move. So,
in fact, we'll take a look at that at the next stoppage in play and see if indeed that's what it was. Just a spin-around shot that may have worked. Meanwhile, we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a hooking call. Let's see if we can take a look at that shot here. Here's Davis just spinning it right through, and apparently it looks like Mayberry didn't see it.
Sarah did not see it at all.
So a penalty is assessed. Looks like it will go against Team Cook. You're taking a selfie. Next time, put me in it.
You are in it, Steve.
Oh, you got me looking down.
That's your best side there.
Yeah, you're right about that. So it looks like it's against Tyler Ott. And again, it's running time, so there's 1:30 left in that penalty. So it's the first power play opportunity for Team Cook.
We'll see if Cookie's worked on a power play here.
I don't know if he's had time to work that. Down in low. Here is Baginski. 19 goals, 39 assists, 58 points in 40 games with the Junior Blues last season. He was second on the team. That's just second.
Yeah. He is a skill guy for sure. Puts up a lot of points everywhere he's played.
So still line changes, and time continues to run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If it's a close game, you'll have stop time.
Yeah, in the last minute of the game if it's a 1-goal differential, we will do stop time. So gives the team down an opportunity to pull their goalie or get fresh guys out there and not have to worry about the clock running.
Frederick for Team Cooks chases it along with Justin Koch. And now it is Team Cook with control. 17 seconds left for Team Cook on the power play. Now it's grabbed by Anderson. He'll send it ahead. A 3-on-2 into the zone coming down the middle. Daniger, and he's pulled off the play. Power play is expired. 14:48 to go in the first half. Puck sent from the left side by Anderson, down in low. His brother's name is Brennan, as we mentioned, and I always used to call him Glenn Anderson of the Edmonton Oilers. Here's a lead pass, comes in, and it'll be held on to by Curtis Tate. 14:23 to go in the period. Yeah, I always think of good old Gary.
Yeah.
It's funny because he played with LA and he played with Edmonton.
Yep.
And Gary Unger was the guy that high-sticked Dave Lewis. It was a 5-minute major, and the Kings came back and beat Edmonton.
Yeah. Were they down 5-6 goals, something like that?
5 goals in the third period. 1982 Stanley Cup playoffs. I know, I was there.
That's
Shot
awesome.
comes in, and Tate will make the save from the point shot by Amari Johnson. I didn't have anything for Amari Johnson, and I asked him, what is something that happened in your career that is memorable? And he said to me, and I asked him if it's okay to say this, and he said yes. And he said, well, I just remember scoring at the very end of a game. He said there was a lot of racial slurs said to me the entire game, and I remember being the last person to score a goal, and the team lost, the other team lost, and he says that was kind of justice for me. So,
Oh, absolutely.
of all the things he would think about that, especially in this climate that we have right now with what's going on in the United States, but that was...
And that's very unfortunate that happens at any level, any sport,
absolutely.
Absolutely unfortunate.
12:57 to go in the period. Puck down low, a scrum for it. In there is Terrence Josephson. He's trying to dig it out. Taken away by Tyler Ott. Spread the defense and get it out to center. Intercepted by Alec Gamble. He'll shoot it in, and we get an offside. And actually, no, that was 3. Eric Papuga, not Gamble, 13. Papuga, 13 goals, 4 assists in 15 games with Fort Zumwalt High. He was third in scoring. Stretch pass broken up at center. And now back for Team Cook, or take that Team Blevins. They'll start it out of their own zone. Chasing it down is Cameron Ostick. Can't pick it up, although he's able to get it to Kelly afterwards. Garrett Wilczewski's there. Broken up behind the net. 2-on-2 working now as Team Cook, right side. Jacob Matthews tried to center it through, nobody there. Near side once again. Matthews will chase down low. Has control. Jacob Matthews with 5 goals and, I take that back, 2 goals and 8 assists with the Division III team last season. Just a sophomore then. Far side boards. Puck up the middle. Here's a great shot. Saved by Mayberry. Right up the middle to Baginski, and he thought that was in, and Mayberry got the blocker on it. And they're both shaking their head. Baginski because he thought it scored. Mayberry because she's like, oh, not this
nice
time,
shot
though.
there. Nice shot.
As while we're talking about that, coming in from the left side is Vinny Conti. And he gets the goal. The St. Louis product, who had 41 goals and 18 assists in 19 games back in 18-19. I know you were looking at him.
Yeah, he had a really good mini camp for us. Played really well, so we're excited about seeing him for the month of September here.
We'll get the scoreboard updated for you too, as it's a 2-1 lead now. So what they did was they switched benches on us. The Team Cook has the lead. I don't know who would get the assists. I didn't see, as I was too busy talking about great saves. Shots are 8-3 in favor of Team Blevins. Icing here. That was just kind of a nice shot down in low. Nothing the goaltender can do about that one. Let's see if we can get a look at that one again here at the next stoppage and play. 19, or make that 9:19 to go. Play down in low in the Team Cook zone. Stolen and broken up as it was stolen by Evan Ross, broken up by Jake Schlereth, and it's out to center. Back for Team Blevins. Kapovic able to clear it out to center. Now it is Tarek Josephson with a 3-on-2. Tried to pass it back to Dominic Casola off of his stick, but held in, and a shot goes wide from Matt Gregg behind the net. Still a 2-1 lead for Team Blevins, and now Team Cook able to pick it up and bring it out to center. Austin Davis sends it down in. Held in at the right side. Tyler Ott looking down in low. Nobody there for him, so he comes out to the left side. He'll cycle it down. Puck up the middle. Intercepted, though. It's out to center. And here comes Dominic Casola. Picks up his own rebound off the back of the boards. Casola working it. Tried to center it up in front to Grant Griffin, but instead it goes off of his stick. It's held in by Justin Koch. Down into the corner now to the far side. Stepping in front is Amari Johnson for Team Cook, but it stays at the half boards. Now Sean Sullivan is able to break things up just enough for a line change. Working hard is Grant Griffin. He has it right side. Griffin breaks free. He shoots. He scores. His second goal.
That was a real nice play to get to the net and use the backhand, lift it up there.
And it is a now 2-goal lead for Team Blevins.
No, 2-2.
Oh, we got a 2-2 game?
Yeah, 2-2.
See, what they've done is
switch benches on you,
they've
Steve.
switched benches on me, and that's confused me like crazy. So we'll get everything set up for you. In fact, the scoring table is confused too as we get an icing here. There we go. Here in the
I'll help you out here, Steve.
Absolutely, help me out.
But I'm having a tough time with the numbers here on the yellow team. So.
Well, and I haven't done this in what, 6 months? So a 2-2 game. It's a shot comes in. Mayberry with the save, and actually it's.
That went in, and I don't know. I did not see. I think Will Baginski got that.
We'll see if we can get a look at that one on replay, maybe. See if it was Baginski. Let's take a look at it. It starts from the corner and shot in. Let's see. He's right there, skating in the blue. If you know who that is.
That is Will Baginski. Yep.
That is. So Baginski makes it a 3-2 lead this time for Team Cook. So Will just barely made it today. Got all his paperwork and everything signed up and ready to go. So a minute later, Baginski makes it a 3-2 game. And at center, Team Cook to bring it in. Taken away. And here comes Garrett Wiljecki. He's pushed down at center. Out in front of the Team Cook bench and sent all the way down. Puck shot length of the ice, and no icing as it's waved off by Mark Marzola. To the corner. A.J. Daniger's there. He's one of 3 players from Springfield that either played on the Division I or the Division III team. Right out in front, and a big gift there.
I believe that
for
is
Team Blevins for Jason Kelly.
Yep, Jason Kelly. Nice shot there.
Jason Kelly will get his first one.
We got a back and forth game here, Steve.
We do. It's a 3-3 game. It's almost like Dallas and Colorado. But Kelly gets a goal, and we'll see if we can take a look at that nice one for him. The next stoppage. Here's a shot in and a save. The rebound after it hits the post is cleared into the corner. Now we've got some more hitting. Players are a little angry now, but it's good that it is a close game now. 3-3. Shots are 9-7 in favor of Team Blevins. Play comes in. Mayberry makes the save. Good save there on the rush that comes in. After going to the bench for Team Cook is A.J. Daniger. He's the one that got the shot. We come the other way now. Across the line, Kapovic tried to get himself pulled through and get the shot off, couldn't do it. 2:50 remaining in the period. 3-3 game. Coaches Cup Game 1. Puck flipped up, stays in play. Team Cook. They'll clear it out to center, out of their own zone. Comes in now. Here is an opportunity for Terrence Josephson, and I heard some metal there. May have been going wide anyway. Puck comes in, and now Curtis Tate is able to make a save. Let's see if we can take a look at that last goal. Again, just a little gimme there.
Jason Kelly left all alone and put it upstairs there. Nice shot.
12:03 to go in the period. I make that 2:03 to go in the period with the clock running. Shots are now 9-9 here in the first. Taken by Evan Ross. Moved away from him. Trying to backhand it down is Eric Papuga. Pushed there by Terrence Josephson. Played in the KIJHL in 18-19. Had 16 goals, 20 assists in 49 games. Kind of continued that in 19-20. 18 and 27 assists in 49 games. You're picking the scorers now, aren't you? Here's a 3-on-2 for Team Cook. They work it up high. A shot in, save, rebound, moved into the corner. That one by Evan Ross, who got the shot. Or take that back. That's the wrong team. That's Will Baginski. 19 that got that shot. Buck bounced out to Sam Heiseroth. He clears it at the line. Picked up by Team Blevins. Josephson shot up high and a goal. So Josephson gives a 4-3 advantage to Team Blevins. So Josephson, who is joining the single goal scorers in this tournament. Of course, it's just game 1.
Well, that'll bring us to the end of the period, see the end of the half.
So goals, as we update the scoreboard for you here. Grant Griffin gets one. Austin Davis, Vinny Conti. Grant Griffin with his second. Baginski, Will gets one. Jason Kelly. And then it is Terrence Josephson. And right now we have a 4-3 advantage. This one for Team Blevins. And again, because they've switched benches, and the way I have my score sheet, I have Team Blevins as the home team. So it is.
Well, I won't do that to you on Thursday night, Steve.
Well,
I'll make sure I'm on the right bench.
Because on the scoreboard, they have the home team, which is Cook, trailing.
Yeah, I think you got it now. I think you got it figured out now.
I don't know. Maybe give me another game. We'll be in good shape, but not too bad. But again, just about. Well, it was supposed to be. You set this up. Wasn't it supposed to be a 5-minute break?
I think it's a 5-minute warm up, 2 25-minute halves, and a 2 or 3 minute break.
Okay.
So yeah, just to make sure we have enough time to finish here before the end of our hour. So
what made you come up with the Coaches Cup?
Well, we were looking at with obviously with COVID happening, knowing that we weren't going to play games till January. We were trying to think of a fun way to keep the players active, and obviously our first idea was just having a tryout and then having team practices. But coaching, and like just for instance last year when you have a week or two off from games, it's tough. It's guys, it's tough to get a lot out of guys at a practice when everyone practices to play, right, Steve? So we knew we weren't going to play till January, so we're trying to figure out a way to have fun and make it competitive. And I think, having stats, having a trophy, having 3 stars of the game, just anything to make it competitive for these guys, rather than, just having practices and knowing that you're not playing till January. It's a little more fun, and these guys like to scrimmage and play more game scenarios. So.
Got a text from the Western Collegiate Hockey League Commissioner, Chris Perry, and he said he likes what we're doing. Yeah,
I got the same text. Yeah, it's good. I think it's a great idea, and I think these guys are going to have fun doing this. It's definitely more fun than practicing. And as a coach, if we were to practice right now, it would, in my opinion, be somewhat pointless. Just to, you can't really work on team concepts or systems. Not even. Having a game until January, it's kind of would be frustrating, I think. So
I'll reset everything for another 20-minute running period. I'm Steve Casson, along with the head coach of the Missouri State Division I squad, Jeremy Law, and Michaela Gardner doing camera for us. Great work so far, Michaela.
Yeah, we do have a lot of viewers, Steve. My phone's blowing up with text, so I've heard from. A family down in Dallas that the video's great, and we're doing a good job here as always, Steve.
Oh, got them fooled. And of course there's going to be new goaltenders in now, as Grant Griffin is in Brady Griffin is in. There's 3 Griffins on here.
We're making it difficult for you.
It's Brady Griffin who's in for Team Cook. And for Team Blevins, I believe Jake Lauder, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to see when he turns around. Meanwhile, play comes into the Team Blevins zone. Back there is Nick Gray to clear it to the corner. Out in front of the Blevins bench. And rehandled by Team Cook. Down in low. Here's Bradley Anderson to run it. They'll try to move it to the corner. Now Team Cook with possession. They bring it out to center. Trying to race forward is Jacob Matthews. He has it, gets it out in front. Oh, what a great save. A big sliding save and then a second follow-up on a shot. But we're going to get a penalty. And I wish that goaltender would turn around so I can know who it is. But just a huge save with the right pad and a second follow-up. Well, I've got a 50-50 chance of it being Lauder or Meek, and I'm not entirely sure. because somebody didn't put numbers on the sleeves. It's okay.
That was out of our budget, Steve.
Yeah, you never think of the broadcaster, do you?
No.
Here comes Team Cook. They hurry. They have a 3-on-1. Now it's a 3-on-2. Shot in that just misses wide to the near side. There even are the shots at 11 apiece. Missing that one wide for Team Cook was Vinny Conti. Had 41 goals, 18 assists in 19 games with Duchesne High School. That's a lot of pucks in the net, even for a high schooler. Now Team Cook gets onside. They'll shoot it in.
So I thought we were getting a penalty there. What happened?
Apparently not, as misplaying it was Griffin. And we get a goal. And I did not see who scored that one. We'll have to go to replay and find out.
Eric Papuga scored that, number 3.
Okay, so we'll go with what you say. And here's where it starts. So just a bad play out in front and followed it up by Papuga. You're right. He was able to tap it in as Griffin just kind of got spun around. It's a 4-4 game now. And actually, yep, it is a 4-4 game with Papuga getting that. Can't even read my own writing sometimes. So he joins the 1-goal scoring squad. The only player to have 2 is Grant Griffin. 21-12 remaining. Team Blevins, they have a 3-on-2. Down the right side is Ross. Gets a shot in, saved by Griffin, moved into the corner. Again a shot by Ross. Big save there. Puck is taken and cleared into the Team Blevins zone. 20:47 remaining in this running time period. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be on Thursday. That game 8:45. Big save there again, and it's cleared out to center. Here's a good chance for Team Cook's Heinrich Lohman.
That's why I was looking at your sheet there, Steve. It is 5-3 for Team Blevins.
So I was right.
Yeah.
I was right in the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't think it was 4-4, but with the switching and
I listened to you.
Even had me a little confused.
Yeah, I listened to you. It wasn't. I didn't think it was. So now they've changed it to Team. Is it Blevins or Cook?
It is now 6-3 for Blevins.
We get a goal there. Who scored that one? May have to go to replay on this one too.
As soon as I see a number, I will let you know. Number 12 scored that. So Dominic Kinsella.
We'll take a look at it here. The hit, and it starts down in low, and eventually, yeah, just a good follow-up, and it's 6-3. We'll update it for you. So Team Blevins with a now updated score of 6-3. And you told me that was Casola?
I believe so.
I'm with you on that. Puck comes in and a big save there. Turn around. Let me see what number you are. 21. Okay. So
Jake Lauder.
that is Jake Lauder making some good saves there. So good on Jake Lauder. Played with the Division III team last season. So now that we're all caught up and we know that it's a 6-3 lead, the key is figuring out who scored on what side on my score sheet. Because it is not entirely correct.
We have a lot of one-goal scorers here, except for, I think, Grant Griffin with the 2, right?
Yep, Griffin has the only 2. But we're correct on the scoreboard now, 6-3. See, and I would say in the next stoppage in play we would talk about something, but we don't have a stoppage in play.
It's all right, Steve. I'm just enjoying watching this. Finally, there's some hockey back. And
absolutely.
I get to see some of the recruits we have come in, so.
Team Blevins in their own zone. Kamrak Ostek will swing it out to center, and it comes to Garrett Wojcicki. Up the middle. Oh, what a pass and a shot by Alec Gamble, and an even better save by Griffin. Out to center. Well, what I was going to say, which I'll have to say during play, is one thing they don't tell you is a lot of the broadcasters for the NHL games, they were given time to rehearse and call practices and just kind of get into the rhythm and the flow. And I have now.
Well, Steve, no, I know you do a great job. I've been coaching here now for 3 years, so it's even tough for me with these with new jerseys and new recruits and different numbers for everyone. So it does take a minute to learn these guys here.
Puck flipped up and out of play. Mentioned Brady Griffin. And last season, he won 3 of his last 4 games with the Division I team, although he did finish with a record of 6-9 and an .890 save percentage. But the difference was the year before that, he was the go-to guy when Missouri State went to Nationals.
Yeah,
he played both games in Nationals.
Yeah, he sure was. We were very fortunate to have 3 really good goaltenders, and at the end of the year, when we went to Nationals there, Brady stood on his head for us. We had some huge games at the end, kind of battling it out with Bailey Stevens there, and Brady came in clutch, and we rode the hot hand going into Nationals. So,
and of course, Missouri State loses to Adrian 1-0, and that was the first time in about 3 years that Adrian College had only had just scored 1 goal. They had scored 3 or more against every team the past 3 years, and Missouri State in Nationals allows only 1 goal against.
Yeah, it was a great game, and definitely a good memory for us. And
meanwhile, as a shot right up the middle on the attack by Team Blevins,
I believe that's Terrence Josephson
gives
again.
Josephson
his 2nd goal.
Yep, number 2. So it is a 7-3 lead. And that is one that just kind of caught the shoulder of Griffin and went in. We'll see if we can take a look at how that one materialized. Down in low, and again, it was just a big onslaught. And putting that up off of the blocker of the goaltender and in. 14-18 to go here in the second. And Josephson with 2 goals. He matches Grant Griffin, who has 2 for Team Blevins. And now a save by Griffin. He'll hold on.
Well, update the score here, Steve. 7-3 now for Team Blevins.
You know, I thought I did. So in case you're just tuning in, it is a 7-3 game. Puck cleared all the way down. This is an icing call. Don't forget, our next broadcast will be the Coaches Cup, Team Ellis versus Team Law. That will be September 3rd, Jordan Valley Ice Park right here. Make that 8:45 Central Time. We hope you'll tune in for that. But cleared, and no, it's not cleared, it's held in. And a shot by Team Blevins' Nick Gray is held onto by Griffin. Nick Gray played for the Division III team last season. 3 goals, 8 assists. 150 penalty minutes for Nick Gray. Looks for it again, picks it up. Still with possession, drops it down in low. Oh, that may have been a boarding penalty, but the officials let it go. Play will continue. Shot in, save Griffin. On the attempt by Baginski. Puck cleared out to center. Here's Team Cook. Lohman, left side, shoots up high. 12.5 remaining. Shot from the right side. That one by Bradley Anderson is stuck aside by the goaltender. Now I believe we do have another goaltender. This is Andrew Meekin, and a shot and a goal.
I believe that's Bradley Anderson with the point shot there. It might have went off someone in front, Steve, but nonetheless, it was a nice shot, and Team Cook gets on the board here.
Let's see if we can find out just what happened. As here's the attempt. Well, Lohman maybe? I don't know. Or do we just give it to Bradley
I can't
Anderson?
tell. You got to go slow-mo on that one for us, Steve.
Okay, we can do that. We can we could set it up a little half-speed shot there for you. Let's hold on here. That's not the right one. We'll go. We'll catch the right one for you. Here it is. Let's see what happened here. Nope, it looks like it's all
straight in with Bradley Anderson.
So
there.
Bradley Anderson gets on the scoreboard, his first one, and it's now a 7-4 contest. We'll update the scoreboard for you. Oh, dare we go into overtime? Have you planned for overtime?
No. So during the just the round robin here, it will be just ending the tie. Quarterfinals and finals will have overtime though.
Well, Jackie has his shot deflected up and out of play. Face-off should stay in the zone. Mark Marzola to drop this one. Again, tomorrow we will be on the Stan Melton rink, formerly known as the East Rink. So that's where Missouri State normally plays their games. We have the big Bearhead in the middle, and it will be a much nicer scenario as far as lighting. Well, partially as far as lighting goes, and everything should be a little bit more balanced up over there. But Jeremy, I don't know if we may have had to do this actually, as a puck gets deflected up. Chasing it for Team Blevins is Jason Kelly. Flipped out off the boards, and here's a good play by Lohman. He's going to race free in front. He shoots, and a big save there. Rebound out up in front, and it's missed wide. And actually was not. That was Jacob Matthews, number 4, I believe, who got the initial shot. Here's one by Frederick that gets held at the line. But twice we have had to switch rinks in the middle of games. Several years ago we did it against Southern Illinois Edwardsville when Missouri State was the Division II team. And we did that switch live on the air.
Yeah. I remember that game very well.
And I think a couple of years ago, we had to do it again as compressors failed. That was not fun either.
No, but it is one advantage having 2 sheets here. Is instead of canceling a game, we get to at least finish it out.
Absolutely. Puck down in low for Team Blevins, Jason Kelly. Now a return shot by Evan Ross is deflected by the goaltender. Griffin up and out of play. I know it's too early to see or to tell anything, and even if you did, you probably won't give anything away, but I'm sure you've seen a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, it's especially the new guys. I mean, some new guys that I hadn't seen play other than video or, you know, coaches' recommendations, things like that. So it is nice to see a few of the new recruits and see what they play like. So
I want to be maybe a parent on a coach's mind right now, and I want to say, all right, do you have an idea or do you know who you want as a Division I player versus maybe what head coach Cody Blevins might want as a Division III player? Do you fight over that, or do you kind of have an idea like who you recruit is kind of who you think you want for your team?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of both. There's guys here who I haven't seen play before that just decided to come to Missouri State, and so we're giving everyone an honest look. Obviously, there's guys I recruit specifically for certain roles I want on my Division I team, and as far as fighting with Cody over players, I think I have the luxury or the fortunate ability that most guys here are wanting to play on our Division I team. So I think, but it's also, roles, and there's certain guys that'll fit in well on our team and certain guys that'll fit in well on Cody's team. So I think right now I'm just keeping an open mind and going to use this month to watch players and kind of try to piece together a team for hopefully some games in January.
A.J. Daniger called for hooking. Power play now, the first one for Team Blevins, and it's broken up by Henrik Lohman. He's one-on-one, left side. Lohman short-handed, still looking for possession of the puck. Pulled off of it to the near side. Dugout, moved away by Garrett Woljecki. And Lohman slams him into the sideboards and shoots it right back in. 1:16 to go on the power play for Team Blevins. Here come Blevins, and actually that was 19. That was Evan Ross for Team Blevins, not Lohman 11. Puck cleared all the way down. And here's Justin Koch. Played on the Division III team last year. 3 goals, 7 assists in 26 games. Puck comes right through as we're back now into the Team Cook zone. At the line, the goal line that is, dugout. Power play has 40 seconds to go. Up the middle, saved by Griffin on the initial shot by Alec Gamble. Gamble looking in front. Team Blevins cycling. They work it to the near side, to the half boards. Now it comes to Jason Kelly. His pass broken up. Kelly still with it. It's at the line. Broken away, and it's a 2-on-0. Leading it is Schlereth over to the left side. Shot, score on the 2-on-0.
Schlereth passed over to, is that Vinny Conti? Let's see here.
And it looks like it may be as he turns into the...
Yeah, it's Vinny Conti with this hat trick.
It is. We'll have to take a look at that on replay for sure as Team Cook makes Team Blevins pay.
Well, we have a game here, Steve. We had a 2-goal game now.
It's becoming one. So we'll take a look at this and see how this one happened. We'll have to do it in real time here. So here's how that 2-on-1 developed. Just a great shot in front. So Vinny Conti. And I think that's only 2 for him. Yep, that is his second. So there's 3 players that have 2 goals. Griffin, Josephson, and Conti. And we're at 7-5. Shots are now 21-18 as we get a offside. It's 21-18 in favor of, let me get this right, Team Blevins, because they're listed as the home team, even though they're on the away bench. So the clock continues to run at 3:40 now, and time is of the essence. Game 1 of the Coaches Cup here at Missouri State Training Camp. I'm Steve Casson, along with head coach Jeremy Law of Missouri State's Division I team, and Michaela Garner. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have the game for you on Thursday at about 8:30 or so with the pregame.
You won't want to miss that one there, Steve. It's Coach Law in action there.
Yeah. There you go. I heard there was bets in Vegas on who's going to win this thing.
Well, and if people are smart, they'll take Team Law there.
Lohman with a shot. It got deflected down in low, sent into the corner. Nick Gray is there. And he will be able to come out with it, send it all the way down. Not enough for icing. Line change for Team Blevins.
Cookie's going to have to pull his goalie here, Steve.
2:35. Coming is Matthews. And he is pulled out of the play. Goaltender still there in the nets. Puck is sent down. This should be an icing call. Well, with a running time now of 2:22, do you pull the goaltender on this faceoff?
I would, for sure.
So the faceoff is all the way down in Team Blevins zone, and the goaltender is staying put. 2:08. So is this your definition of a close game? Will we have stop time at 1 minute?
We will have stop time at the 1 minute mark.
Puck gets flicked out of play. So the officials are trying to get everything. As far as Team Blevins is concerned, let the time run. Team Cook wants to get back.
You know what?
To the
Actually, I correct myself there. We will not have stop time unless it's a 1-goal differential.
Okay, that's your rule, correct?
That is my rule, yeah.
Team Blevins is Josh Hansen on the ice now, looking out in front, and a save Griffin as Josephson swung at it. And it's held on to. 1:25 remains. Your assistant coach, Cliff Cook, looking at you saying, why aren't you stopping the time?
He should know that. Here he goes. Here, the goalie's coming now.
Vinny Conti with a shot in. Big save. Goalie is out. 1:07 to go. And upended at the line and not happy about it was Evan Ross. And now with an empty net, it'll be Team Cook. Down by 2. Shot just missing the empty net. And we come the other way. Here for Team Cook is Wheatop. Shot in, save, rebound loose, and it's held on to. And now we should have stop time, right?
No, it's got to be a 1-goal differential.
So I thought we were going to have stop time within the 1 minute regardless.
No, just if it was a 1-goal differential.
Can you see I'm advocating for Team Cook here?
Did Cookie call a timeout?
Yeah, he did. That's the only way he can stop the clock. Once again, the Coach's Cup brought to you by Agave, Andy's Frozen Custard, Blades by Todd, Discount Smoke, Guaranteed Hockey Wolf, Guaranteed Rate. Hockey Wolf, Kimber Cable, and Rob's Portable Buildings. 45 seconds left. Face off to the right of Andrew Meek. And off the draw, it's won by Team Blevins. Down in low, Matthew Gregg is there. Picked and cleared by Kapovic. Racing hard is Lohman. Steps in front of 1. Gets around 2. Sent out to center. But there's 23 seconds left. Puck comes in to Wheatop. He'll chase it down in low. 11 seconds that's remaining. So with a running time, I have to argue, you kind of have to have that 1 minute as we get a shot missing wide by Jason Kelly, and that'll do it. A 7-5 win for Team Blevins over Team Cook. They have a 1-0 lead in Game 1 of this Coach's Cup. But hey, you made the rules.
Well,
it's okay.
You had to draw the line somewhere. So if it's a 4-goal game, you're not going to stop the clock.
No, but
so maybe 2, but I think 1 was we are on a little time crunch here. So
I hear you. You know, time can crunch.
But if Team Cook would have scored, then we would have stopped the clock with one goal differential. So.
Absolutely. Well, A 7-5 win. Your 3 stars of the game, I would have to be.
Well, hold on, Steve, and I hate to interrupt you, but I did get a text from the coaches with about 5 minutes ago because they wanted to stop the players and get pictures. So I didn't want to interrupt you during your broadcast, but we had to go. I had to give them 3 stars of the game there. So
okay, so who are the 3 stars of the game?
So we went with just because they want to get pictures up for social media there. So we'll start with our 3rd star. We went with goaltender Lauder there. Made some really big saves in a close game. And
okay.
2nd star went to Terrence Josephson with 2 goals. And I think you definitely agree with us on these ones, Steve. And then our 1st star there with Vinny Conte with the hat trick.
I only have him with 2.
He had 3 there. He had 2 early on, and then got the 3rd one. I think it was the 7th goal.
Well, Conti got 7. For his 2nd, he got the one to make it 2-2, and I think it's Casola who got the other one.
We'll have to go back there, and because he had 2, and then I know he got the last one there on number 7. So
well, I'll go with it. Then that's who it is. Number 1 is Vinny Conti. Okay.
And all right.
That will work. That'll be the 3 stars of the game.
Regardless if he had 2 or 3, he had a great game. So
absolutely. Well, there's a lot of guys that had a great game, and obviously it's been so far a great first game. So we hope once again that you will join us for the 2nd game that we're going to have. Coaches Cup, Team Ellis, Team Law. That will be on Thursday, 8:45 p.m. I'll be here. Michaela will be here. And Jeremy, you'll be on the bench.
I'll be on the bench. You'll probably have Cookie or Blevins up here.
That sounds good. It's been a lot of fun, and we hope that you'll tune in for tomorrow or for Thursday again. Final score one more time is a 7-5 win for Team Blevins over Team Cook. I'm Steve Casson for Jeremy Law and for Michaela Gardner. Thanks for tuning in. Until Thursday, have a good night, everyone. Again, 7-5, Team Blevins over Team Cook. Good night.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.